Hello everyone, it's Jamarl Thomas. Welcome to the Progressive Soapbox. So, since I do videos and work, I don't necessarily have time to look at other videos. At least it's not as much as I used to. A lot of the stuff I watch has to do with informational purposes because I tend to use it on my channel. It's looking for more context, looking for more information, and going through stories that I think are interesting, at least to me. I mean, ultimately my channel is just about what I think is interesting. Or just me. For the most part, it's just me. I did get to see something. So every so often, something would catch my eye, like when you're flicking through YouTube. And there was a video that Seigler did on a Democratic candidate turning to a Green Party candidate. During the course of this video, she noted that she was thinking about going to speak at a free speech rally. And she was getting a lot of hate for it. Like, she was getting, I guess, pushed on both ways. There were some people who hated the idea, that thought she was going out to work with Nazis and all this other stuff. And apparently there were some people who were for it. But she described herself as having a rough week. And part of having that rough week was essentially the people who didn't like what she was doing. Even going so far as to say, we're going to get you out of office and all this other stuff. I have advice. Doesn't have to be taken. It's just my 2 cents. But I have advice. Look, those people who are, and I'll put it kind of something I learned from doing this. Yes, I've only been on here for 6 months, but I tend to absorb stuff pretty quickly. The people who are against you can go fuck themselves. Now, I say that lovingly. I don't say that with spite or anything else. I say that almost as you don't have a choice but to take that perspective. You, as Seigler, made the decision, or at the very least showed interest in giving a speech at a rally for free speech. You certainly believe in free speech. All right. Now, I would say be safe about it. I would say be careful about it. But ultimately, at the point where you made the choice, make the choice. The choice is yours. You're an individual. You're an individual. Fight for that individuality. If they want to take you out that office, if they want to take you out that seat, tell them come get you. At the very least, they're going to come and get you after you gave that speech. It's your choice. You're a being of choice in a sense. That being said, do those people full well believe that you are somehow fundamentally different from giving that speech? Do you yourself, Seigler, believe that those people believe that you giving that speech has somehow changed you in any way? What I'm getting at is, either they know you or they don't. Either they watch your channel, either they support you politically, or they don't. Certainly, at this point, they can see who you are. You have a catalog of information where you yourself are talking to the camera and espousing who you are, your virtues, your failings, your faults, your pluses. Either they know you or they don't. Certainly they don't believe that you would give a speech with a bunch of Nazis. And if they do believe it, then that's not something you can help. You make your choice. You push for the thing that you want to do. If, in this case, the thing that you want to do is give up there and give a speech in a free speech rally, then do you. Give that speech, knock that shit out the park. I guess I'm getting to the point of thinking that certainly they don't believe that you're a Nazi. Certainly they don't believe that you're trying to hug a Nazi. Certainly you have a catalog of information to show who you are. If you're giving a speech for free speech, that's because you actually believe in free speech. You wouldn't be there otherwise. That means that either these people are out of touch with who you actually are, or they just don't want you there to give your support to whatever that is. Certainly you can't be beholden to everybody who's complaining and bitching and moaning. You would always have those people, and you can never make those people happy. Ultimately, what you're left with is your own choice. What you yourself want to do. What you yourself believe is right to do. If that's giving up there and giving a speech, then get up there and give a fucking awesome speech. That's my advice. Your detractors, you would always have detractors. There would always be people who dislike something that you do, dislike something that you said, dislike the way you said something. You will be in perpetuity stuck trying to change, tweak, not do something or do something based upon random people's insults or random people's advice. Do you. Do you. Be ferociously you. If that's giving a speech, then give a speech. If they want to try to take you off that seat, let them try to come and get you. Ultimately, you're still trying to be you. Guard it. Guard it. Like, what did Caitlin Johnson say? Hold your shape. I love that line. Hold your shape. it's a fucking awesome line. I love it. But she's right. Hold your shape. If you're going to change based upon something that you yourself want to change on. Meaning, I've seen this. I've been exposed to additional information, and I'm making a choice to change based upon that additional information. Not because of threats. Not because of threats. Again, just my 2 cents. Just my 2 cents. Alright, guys. If you enjoy the content, feel free to share, write, subscribe, and of course, you can always support the work through Patreon. My wife tends to ask me, it's like, why are you getting involved in this stuff? She's more pessimistic than I am. I tend to be more open of my opinion. if that's a thing. It's typically not spiteful, and it's typically meant in the best way. When I usually give my opinion on something that somebody is mentioning in their videos, I feel like they mentioned in their video. It's fair game to some degree. I don't know Seigler. But to be fair, I don't know anybody else on the left. I've had conversations with a few. Of course, I've talked to Debbie. I've talked to yeah, I don't know that many people on the left. As I think about it, it's like, yeah, I don't know that many people on the left. But I do consider the entirety of the left my sandbox. Meaning I do sense a certain amount of camaraderie with the people on the left. I don't necessarily like people attacking us. I don't necessarily like us attacking one another. I don't like us in disarray. In this particular case, I do feel a little bit more emboldened by this thing of, yes, all of us are in the sandbox. So yes, if you mentioned something that you were having difficulties with, yes, I may give an opinion on it. For better or worse. So, alright guys. Everyone have a good one.